Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We have the hair up for this video because last time was a struggle. If you don't know me, if you've never seen my face before, hello. My name is Ebony. I am a human design expert and coach, and on this channel we talk about human design. So, if you are interested in learning how to live in alignment with your human design, specifically your energy type, my human design energy type workbooks are now on sale, which basically walks you through step by step how to come into alignment with your energy type every single day. It's basically like working one-on-one with me without the one-on-one price. So, if you're interested in that, the link will be in my description. If you would like a reading, that link will also be in the description. And my new service, my email coaching, will also be in the link in the description. So many different ways to work with me. I also have a lot of free services as well, so there is something for everyone. This video is going to be about one-lines. Y'all, we made it! We made it from the 6 all the way to the 1. This won't be the end of our profile series because there's one more video that I want to make on this channel. I always make sure to give you practical, applicable information. So that will be the next video, mastering your profile. If you've been here for a while, you already know, but that will be the next video. So today we're going to be talking about the one-lines, the investigators, the experts in human design, not necessarily of human design, but anyway, so if you have a one-line in your profile, that means that you learn in a very traditional manner, taking notes, doing research, going to lectures, like that school environment, where you traditionally take in information from a teacher or from an expert or an authority on a subject. That is how you learn best if you have a 1 in your profile. And also, if you have a 1 in your profile, you are very attracted to authorities. So if you want to learn about something, your innate desire is going to be to find someone who knows what they're talking about in terms of that subject and learn from them. You're going to be very drawn to and attracted to the people who have the knowledge that you want to possess. You seek out authorities, and because of this, you also, more often than not, become authorities in whatever subject it is that you want to learn. So I have what is she? She's my cousin? She's my cousin. I have a cousin who is a 1-3. So and we always known that she was smart. Like, she was a smart kid, and now she's in, I want to say she's in the 5th grade, the 6th or the 5th grade, I think. And she's taking physics. She's a very smart 12-year-old. But she's like a sponge. She absorbs information so easily from other people. She's extremely, extremely intelligent, and she is a 1-3. So she really thrives in that environment where she can just take in that information, just soak it all up, take notes, do all of her research. She's very, 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 very good at taking information in that way. So if you have a 1 in your profile, you really thrive in that type of learning environment. Not everyone does. Like me, yeah, girl, I was not great at school. For me, being a 3, you just need to throw me into the deep end and see if I sink or if I swim. But for you as a 1-line, that is where you thrive. So if you've been struggling with, learning or trying to figure things out, try taking the more traditional route. Try taking a class. Try, going to a lecture. Move more in that direction rather than, learning through trial and error or just trying to figure out the information on your own. Because your superpower as a 1-line is the fact that you are very easily able to take in information from other people. Even like this, like me teaching on YouTube is very, very beneficial for you as a 1-line, because I'm pushing out the information and you're able to take it in. So even a relationship like this would work great. Even online courses would work great. You don't have to actually go into a school environment. But that way of learning, that traditional way of learning, is very, very, very powerful for you. And also, speaking of power, for you, I know people always say, knowledge isn't power, it's the application. For you, specifically, knowledge is power. Because where you get a lot of your confidence from is from having that knowledge. Because you're driven to learn. And you are driven to understand things. So when you feel like you have a wealth. We'll go with wealth. When you feel as though you have a wealth of knowledge on a subject that you are interested in, it fuels your confidence fire. Like when you really feel like, oh, I've got this. I understand this. This makes sense to me. You literally can take on the entire world, because that is fuel for you. Knowledge is power for you. You are driven to learn and to understand. So when it finally clicks, when you get all this information and you put it together in a way that makes sense for you, and you hit that point where you're like, oh, I got this, that is where you start to shine. That is when you are able to step into the power of your whatever your second number is in your profile, the larger number. That's when you're able to step into this and be like, oh, I'm ready to share. I am ready to share my wisdom. I am ready to go out and do the damn thing. That is when you become an expert. Not necessarily when you have all the information, but when you reach a point of understanding. Because you can understand something, you can have an understanding of something without knowing all of the information, right? So when you get to that point of understanding and things click for you, that's when you step into your bad bitch mode. That's kind of the only way that I can put it. But you'll know when you hit that sweet spot. You'll be like, oh, period, I'm good, right? And another thing for you is that the reason why knowledge and understanding is so important for you is that the more you know, the less you fear. Because for you, logic is important. Not logic like, logic in the way that society sees logic, but for you, being able to connect things and being able to understand things in a logical way works for you. So when you're able to take in all this knowledge and apply everything you know in a way that makes sense for you, you're able to dissipate your own fear. Because you can look at something objectively and say, okay, I'm scared of, let's say like you're terrified of failure, or whatever, who isn't? But anyway, let's say I'm scared of failing at this specific thing. Okay, well, in order to get this result, this and this would need to happen. So taking what I know that I know and applying it to this, is there really a way that I can fail knowing all of this information? No. There's no way that I can fail. The more you know, the less you fear. Because the more that you know, the more you're able to come at a situation from different angles until you find the right way that works for you. You specifically as a one-line have nothing to fear when you have all the information, because that understanding is literally going to catapult you into the stratosphere. Literally. The only thing that I think you really need to be aware of as a one-line is that feeling inferior or feeling like you do not understand something is extremely, extremely uncomfortable for you. So number one, you have to really be aware of your imposter syndrome. Where are you being too hard on yourself? And making sure that before you jump into a situation that you have all of the information that you need. And that can look different, from person to person. Some people might need more information than others. Like for me, jumping into a situation, I don't need any information. I'm gonna jump straight in and it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. For you as a one-line, Having all of the information, having all the little bits and pieces beforehand is going to be more beneficial for you than it would be for me. So know that about yourself. Because if you put yourself into a situation where you feel inferior, it is a wrap. So don't do that. Don't do that. You are one line. If you know that before you jump into something, prepare yourself. Get all of the information. Have all of the details. Whatever that looks like for you. That doesn't mean you have to spend, hours and days and months and years researching one specific thing. No. Figure out, what information do I need? What would make me feel comfortable going into this situation? Get it and go. Get it and go. Don't let yourself get stuck by needing to know absolutely everything. Figure out where that point is where you're like, okay, if I'm here in terms of information, I'm good. If I'm here in terms of information, not gonna work. Find that sweet spot, right? My Lord, it's hot in this car. Okay. So let's sum up for one-liners. You learn a traditional manner. Taking notes, doing research, listening to lectures, taking courses, learning one-on-one, or even in a group. You could do a group setting. The point is, you take information in easily from other people. Use that to your advantage. Don't be afraid of being an authority, because that's what you're meant to be. You are meant to become an authority on whatever subjects interest you the most, right? Seek out those authorities, learn from them, imitate them, and then go off and do your own thing, right? Get all the information before you jump into something. Do not feel pressured to jump into something before you have all the information that you need beforehand. And don't feel pressured to use your knowledge in a way that you don't want to use it. Knowledge for you is power. The more you know, the less you fear. So whatever you feel called to learn, whatever you feel called to learn about or understand or delve into, that's what you need to do, basically. And allow yourself to learn new things. You are driven to learn and you are driven to understand. Allow yourself to do that. That is your play. Don't pigeonhole yourself into one thing just because you're like, oh, I have to master this first. Maybe you don't. Especially if you're if you are a manifesting generator with a one line, allow yourself to sow your wild oats. Okay. Great. That is it. That is it for one-liners. Again, if you are interested, my human design energy type workbooks are now on sale. My email coaching is open and I'm currently taking readings for the next month. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and click the link in my description and I will see you in the next video.